Yes, lovely people, Dwayne, Nathan, Jack, yes, I'm back with another one. And now I'm going to be sharing. So I just walked to the phone shop because my AirPods weren't working. So I had a conversation and relation with the people in there. So we was just talking. I said, give me a topic. I'm doing some recordings for the videos for YouTube, cut them up, chuck them out online to bring value. And he goes, okay. Let me have a little think about it. So communication and mannerisms. Okay, I goes, okay, give me a little bit more on the mannerisms. So I told him a story about a shopkeeper. There's a shopkeeper and I go to there and we have a conversation, boss man. And when we have a conversation, he's got a good spirit. So even sometimes I might just pop in there, have a little conversation with him when I'm going past, like I've got all the time in the world. No, it's about relationships. And then I'll go in there, and sometimes when I'd go in there, he's not there. The other guy's there. And the other guy, I'm not really feeling him, so even if I was going to buy something, I'll probably just go somewhere else or whatever. However, I pulled up there last night because the missus said that she wants some cream, and it was kind of late, so I pulled up. But as I'm there, the other shopkeeper there that I'm not really feeling, he's there, and he's standing at the door, so I'm going like that, and he's like, and his mannerisms. Now that could be the communication that he has with himself, his internal. He may not be confident. So when I'm going like that, he's thinking something else because of the communication that he's having with himself, his own dialogue. Because there's obviously a dialogue going on with him when I'm going like that inside himself. What was the conversation? Why didn't he just open the door and smile? And because I'm smiling at him, I'm laughing actually to myself because of his mannerisms and his communication to me, because the communication inside himself must have been kind of negative, or else he would have communicated effectively with me and he would have gone, yeah, we got some cream. I'd have got out, he would have got a customer, and then I would have bought the cream, and then there would have been a transaction, capital, happy customer, A, B, and C. But because of his communication and his mannerisms, it didn't happen. Now I'm asking you the question about your communication. Number one, I'll start with the inside job. What's the communication that you're having with yourself? Is it effective? I'm talking, is it positive? Is it caring? Is it loving? What are the dialogues, the conversations that you have with yourself on a day-to-day basis? What are the conversations that you have with yourself when you wake up in the morning? Is it your conscience? What's your conscience telling you? Are you listening? Or are you listening to this to say, I need a coffee. I need my antidepressants. I need a drink. I need a spliff. I need some weed. I need food. Oh, I need to listen to the still small voice. I need to do my affirmations. I need to do the gym. I need to read. I need to pray. I need to A, B, and C. It's a need. But the need, the conversation that you're having, from that conversation, then there is action. So I'm asking you the question, what is that conversation, or is it, I can't be bothered to get out of bed. I might ring in sick. I'm going to cancel. I'm going to reschedule. Depend on what the activity is, if you can. You do it once, twice, too often. They might just let you go if you work for someone. If you don't work for anyone, you might do it to yourself. Now you're letting down your team, your company, A, B, and C, or letting down yourself. I've got plenty of clients that keep putting the goalposts further and further away. It's like they're scared of me. Literally scared. But it's not they're scared of me, they're scared of their self, because they know I'm going to introduce them to their self. And that's what they're scared of, because they've been doing the same thing, listening to their self, not so much, but listening to the enemy within. So the enemy within becomes the enemy to the self. So I'm asking you, what is the conversations that you have with yourself? That's an internal conversation. And that internal conversation will dictate your vibration, and your vibration will then attract your circumstances, situation and events. It comes through your feeling. What is your feeling created from? It's created from your dialogue, your thoughts. Sometimes they're not your thoughts. Thoughts come and go like the river. But what are you grabbing hold of through the river? What fish? The fish are the thoughts. Are you grabbing positive fish or negative fish and putting them in your net? Because what you're putting in your net will determine your net worth. Because if you're putting negative fish in your net worth is going to have no value to the quality of your life, your decisions, and A, B, and C. And then if you're grabbing some good fish, positive fish, confident fish, A, B, and C, valuable fish, guess what? That's what's going to be your net worth. People want to be around people that are about it, that are making things happen internally, externally. And remember, that is all due to communication. Communication is key. Your mannerisms. How are you sitting down? Are you sitting down with your looking stern, head up, boom? Or do you sit crouched down? Can't be bothered. In the seat. Yeah? Communication is key. So I'm asking, so there we go. There's the internal dialogue communication, the communication that you have with yourself. What quality is that communication that you're having with yourself? I'll leave that with you to write some things down. I'm going to leave you some challenges to write. Get a book. Even get a book just for me, just for this channel. I would advise you to get a book. Put it the I Am book. So when I'm obviously asking you to do some challenges or some tasks, you've got your book there when you jump on after you subscribed. Hint, hint. Yeah? So that's the internal dialogue of your communication. Let me just close that door now. That internal conversation that you're having will determine your vibration, and that's creation and relations that you have. That is your whole reality. So you be conscious, what is conscious, aware of that conversation with yourself. And then that conversation will then turn up in the third dimension, and then you will see your body language, your posture, and how you present yourself within the world. You will see it's a byproduct of that internal conversation. So now let's go on to the conversation with others, going back to the shopkeeper. How are you presenting yourself in life? How are you communicating to your loved ones, who you communicate to with people, strangers, in your company, A, B, and C? When you're presenting information, are you presenting it clearly? Are you saying one thing but meaning the other? Are you congruent? For those that don't know what congruent is when you're saying something to someone, but what you're saying in the inside and the outside is congruent. Yeah? So I'm not just saying, yeah, I'm listening, going like that, but I'm not. I'm in the past or the future. That's incongruent. So when you're congruent, you're saying, yeah, you're with me, you're present, you're with me, we're in the conversation, we're flowing together. When you're incongruent, it's like you're someone else, you're somewhere else, you're in the past or the future, you're going, yeah, but if I say, what did I say then? You wouldn't know, because you're not congruent. So I'm asking you, are you congruent in the conversations and the relations that you have within the workplace and at home on a day-to-day basis, or are you incongruent? I ask you the question, because that will dictate the progress of your personal achievements and your achievements within your progression, within the workplace or within your business. And life is all about progression. Listen, I've got the jump car system, what I deliver within corporate companies. That jump car system is C, communication, A, awareness, being aware what's going on in there, because what goes on in there creates what's going on out there. And then R, C-A-R. What's the R for? Relationships. The more likable you are, the more opportunity is going to come. The more you can build relationships with a stranger or anyone. Relationships are so important. Come on. But the most important relationship that you can ever be concerned about and should be worrying about is that relationship with self. That's right, self. I keep going on about it, the self. I'm not being selfish, but I have to enable me to serve others. You've got to fill up your cup yourself and be selfish, love yourself, respect yourself and all that good stuff. Look after yourself. Like I said, stop doing all that, too much of that, because you won't love yourself, respect yourself. So, more of the story, back in the room, Dwayne, because it's not a joke. Communication is key. So I'm going to love you and I'm going to leave you now. if you haven't already, please subscribe. And remember, wait, let me go there. Remember, I never used to be able to communicate effectively. Remember, I used to come from the roads, the streets. What are you saying, fam? Yes, cuz. Saying nothing, fam. Being smiling with ching ching with the gold teeth, saying, yeah, walking like that with my pants down there. Like I'm wearing a belt now. Can you see me? Come on, give me some ratings, people, corporate people. I've got a belt on now. Yeah. So I never used to communicate. Remember, communication is what you wear, how you wear it, how you walk, how you talk. I had to walk and talk like the governor. #1 governor. Big up Glenn Knight. Boop, boop, boop. No, I'm not going there. But I'm able to go there if I wanted to communicate to certain culture, A, B, and C, but I'm not going there. Anyway, so I had to change the way I walked and I talked to enable me to get into the boardroom with the #1 governor. Big up Glenn Knight. Big him up, and then I walked and talked in there. I done a presentation. I communicated effectively. A, B, and C. There's the product. That's what I can deliver. He shook my hand on the contract. He looked up and down at me. He said, "Do you fancy doing a session in the gym?" I said, "Why not?" I looked like him. I walked like him, and I presented like a king. Yeah. Don't big up your own self. You have to big up yourself, people. Because if you don't big up yourself, no one else is going to big you up. No one else is going to give you the flowers. Give yourself the flowers. Self-love, self-confidence. So here I'm going. That's what got me into the prison. My first major contracts, taking 6 figures per month, building a team and a curriculum. I'm not telling you to boast or glamorize. I'm telling you because it was the jump car system that got me in there. The way that I walk, talk, the jump car system, communication, awareness, and relationships. And then I just got in there. So that's a little bit of a extra bonus on the video, a little bonus on how important communication is. And then I come out of there because I've done too much prison. So even as a professional, walking in there, whistle and flute with the governors and then with the prisoners, I come into the community. I got business in the community, sitting with the council, getting invitation to the Swan Envoy and all that good stuff. Why? Because of what I was able to achieve through my communication. If I couldn't communicate effectively, I wouldn't be here today. Another one more before I go. Cool, I love to talk. No wonder why I get paid for talking. About 13, 14, I've walked into the shop and I've gone, "Miss, where's your jeans?" I was the rude boy then. I was like, "Miss, where's your jeans?" Walking like that. And she goes, "If you ask me politely, then maybe I'll tell you." She's probably from Bradford or something, yeah? I think the shop was like Peacocks or something. This was Slough. I was only about 12, 13, but I didn't know how to communicate effectively. If I went in and said, "Excuse me, miss, where's your jeans, please?" She would have probably come round the counter. I said, "Yeah, sure, come." She would have probably said, "Here we go, we've got some lovely Levi's. What size are you?" Come out the back with the Levi's. I've got some brand new Levi's just come in on stock because I communicated effectively. Because I never. She asked me politely, then maybe I'll tell her. That was as a kid. And remember, I only started smiling when I was 27 years old. And guess what happened? Life started smiling back at me. Life, people, circumstance, situation. So that's just a cherry on the cake just before I round up. Communication is key. How are you communicating to yourself and to others? Because that will determine where you're going in life. Thank you ever so much. Dwayne Nathan Jack. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. See you soon.